is the day of Eid. Mosques are full of worshippers in rows, straight and neat. Their Lord they remember, His name they repeat. Their hands are raised to the sky, they supplicate and plead. On this blessed day, forgive us the entreat. Let us rejoice indeed. This is the day of Eid. Let us rejoice indeed. This is the day of Eid. People are giving charity and helping those in need. In giving, they're competing. Today there is no greed. Oh, let us rejoice indeed. This is the day of Eid. Let us rejoice indeed. For this is the day of Eid. Sulaiman. Children are wearing new clothes, bright colors fill the streets. Their faces full of laughter, their pockets full of sweets. Let us rejoice indeed. This is the day of Eid. Let us rejoice indeed. For this is the Shoom dum ba dum ba. Shoom dum ba dum ba. Children are wearing new clothes, bright colors fill the streets. Their faces full of laughter, their pockets full of sweets. Let us rejoice indeed. This is the day of Eid. Let us rejoice indeed. For this is the day of Eid.
morning. Welcome to News Hour. I am Mariatu Dukre. Coming up in this edition, NGO Wetlands International Program in Sierra Leone pushes for restoration of mangroves in the country. Fuel pump price for petrol drops to 25 leones per litre. And Campaign for Human Rights and Development International, Charlie, trains police officers on ethical and human rights issues. These stories and more lined up in this edition of News Hour after the quick break. Welcome back, you're watching News Hour. In Moyamba District, the Wetlands International Program in Sierra Leone is piloting the natural restoration of mangroves, which overcomes many of the constraints previously faced in manual planting. The National Protected Area Authority and key actors in wetland conservation assembled at the Family Kingdom Resorts in Freetown to share experiences in mangrove restoration and witness the handing over of new tablets for data collection by the NPAA. Harold Williams has the details.
The gathering represented an opportunity for the National Protected Area Authority and relevant participants from CSOs, government agencies, and local communities to learn about the science-based outcomes of community-based ecological mangrove restoration. The highlight of the occasion was the presentation of GIS-enabled tablets to the National Protected Area Authority, NPAA. Program Development and Technical Coordinator at National Protected Area Authority, Samuel Ibrahim Koba, described the donation as a big start for the NPAA, and the Manager for Wetlands and Marine Ecosystems, Yata Helen Kamara, expressed appreciation for the donation as the best way to conserve wetlands and the marine landscape. The country director for Wetlands International in Sierra Leone, Dr. Alhaji Shaka, said there would be further opportunities to test the applicability of the tablets and the methodologies for natural mangrove restoration through practice in the field. Dr. Shaka said all data and applications utilized in the field were open-sourced and therefore globally accessible. The working session and the donation of tablets to the NPAA fulfilled a necessary component of the Wetlands International Global Mangrove Watch and training to monitor mangrove growth in Sierra Leone and across the world. GIS experts who are available in Sierra Leone, along with civil society, MDAs, and local communities in the pilot area, which is for now in Moyamba District, will be able to learn about mangrove restoration methodologies developed by Wetlands International and serve as a platform for future collaboration. Gabi Agbanon, chargé des projets, Wetlands International Africa, based in Senegal, said Sierra Leone and Mozambique are the two latest countries in a transcontinental endeavor spanning half a decade in mangrove ecological natural restoration in East and West Africa. She provided an overview of Wetlands International's mission to restore thousands of hectares of mangroves before the close of the decade and how countries like Sierra Leone are providing evidence-based data from small-scale community participation that will be seen as the best practice to restore the vast areas of mangroves that have been destroyed by human activities. Community-based ecological mangrove restoration involves the components of conservation, livelihoods, and an enabling environment and landscape management on an increasingly larger scale as more positive results are gathered from the field enabled.
Over the years, the downstream sector has been in somewhat chaos with rapid increase and a slow decrease in prices of fuel products. Until recently, a litre of fuel was sold at 25 leones, but in a surprising development, some major pump stations have now reduced the price of fuel to 25 leones per litre. This move has somewhat brought joy, especially to commercial riders whose hopes have been rekindled for a further decrease in the prices of fuel products. Phantom Kruma files in the story and was read in the studios by Salmataba.
Moving along the busy streets of Freetown, there has been a noticeable drop in fuel prices at major filling stations. Petrol is now being sold at 25 leones per litre, down from the previous 27 leones. This new price was noticeable at NP, Malad and other pump stations. This new reduced price has offered some needed relief to commercial riders and transport operators. Mohammed Vandi, a bike rider, expressed his optimism over the reduction.
I
am very happy because with the lower fuel prices, we will be able to transport passengers more quickly and efficiently. We thank God for Zala Fuel Station, whose price cut to 25 leones has encouraged other stations to follow suit. We now call on the government to consider reducing fuel prices even further to support us and the community.
I am happy to the Papa government as a Sierra Leone, we are happy to afford fuel price like Canton.
Similarly, more like Kamara, a keke rider, expressed deep satisfaction, noting that fuel is an important commodity that directly impacts their daily earnings.
I feel so excited because like fuel are the key thing.
I was very excited to hear that fuel prices have been reduced because fuel is a vital source of energy that directly affects the cost of goods and services whenever prices go up. Now that there is a reduction, people will be able to carry out their daily activities without spending so much on transportation. We are calling on the government to further reduce fuel prices to a level that is affordable for everyone.
Like we don't come down so at least everybody will be run at a reasonable way.
Mohammed Kawa, a truck driver in Freetown, also described the reduction as a much needed relief.
I really feel fine for that.
As a truck driver, I felt good about the recent decrease in fuel prices. Now we will be able to buy more fuel and keep moving. I am appealing to the government to support the companies that reduced the prices and to consider bringing the cost down even further.
The new price adjustment seemed not to have come in isolation, but was through persistent advocacy by civil society organizations, especially Native Consortium and Research Center, who are calling for fairer and more affordable fuel prices. Edmond Abo, the executive director of Native Consortium, expressed concern over the inconsistent pricing trends in the market.
People are suffering, Sierra Leoneans are suffering. Transport price is high. Keke, we are not advocating. Who is profiting now? The drivers. The keke, the Okada riders, they are the ones that are profiting, not the consumers, not the public. So it should reflect. That has been the practice ever since from the days of John the Baptist. When fuel price go down, Minister of Transport will come out with a price list to adjust the price. When it goes up, the same. So what is he waiting for?
While the price cut has been widely welcomed, many drivers are calling for consistent pricing across all fuel stations and better regulation to ensure the new price is maintained. The reduction has also rekindled the hopes of commercial riders for a further decrease in the prices of fuel products.
Magistrate John Mansour Fona of Pademba Road Court No. 2 has committed to the High Court a matter of cyberbullying allegedly committed by Sheku Tijan Rogers against the Vice Chancellor and Principal of the Milton Magai Technical University, Professor John Philip Canu. The decision came after the magistrate agreed that the prosecution led sufficient evidence during the preliminary investigations.
The decision by Magistrate John Mansour Fona of Pademba Road Court No. 2 to commit to High Court for trial a matter of cyberbullying against the Vice Chancellor and Principal of Miltimagai Technical University, Professor John Philip Canu, came after an examination of the evidence during the initial investigations. According to Magistrate Fona, the case had largely taken place behind closed doors, stating that sufficient evidence was provided by the prosecution to link the accused person, Sheku Tijan Rogers, to the alleged offense. The accusations against the accused person are related to a series of social media posts, including recordings, videos, and text messages made between 18th to 30th November 2022, which the accused denied. The said electronic communications were said to have aimed at damaging the character and reputation of Professor Canu, raising serious concerns about the impact of cyberbullying on individuals' reputation in the digital age. Defense counsel Zakaria Canu objected regarding media coverage of the proceedings, citing concerns over potential misrepresentation. However, the objection was countered by State Counsel ACP Joan Bull, who believed that the media would report the facts of the proceedings accurately. Magistrate Fona agreed that the media coverage was important to the proceedings. The magistrate, while concluding the preliminary hearings, said that the bail conditions established during the investigations remained unchanged. For SLBC, Mohamed Kouma reporting.
Former Liberian President Ellen Johnson Sirleaf has congratulated President Julius Maada Bio on his recent election as chairman of the ECOWAS Authority of Heads of State and Government. She made the congratulatory remark during a courtesy call she paid on the new ECOWAS chairman at State House, and our State House correspondent Hawa Moseye has more.
Madam Salifu lauded President Bio on his new assignment, saying that it is his hard work and strong leadership he has been embarking on within the sub-region that has manifested. Madam Salifu motivated President Bio to do more. She also updated the President about the Mano River Union activities within the sub-region.
Elective new chair of ECOWAS. Correct. So we are very pleased about that. ECOWAS has lots of challenges. To have solved that problem. What about states who have their
President Julius Maada Bio commended Helen Johnson Sirleaf, former president of Monrovia, Liberia, for the visit, adding that the two countries share boundaries and other things in common as well. Helen Johnson Sirleaf was the president in Liberia from 2006 to 2018. For Slbc Tv News are in Freetown, Hawa Moseye reporting from State House.
The Campaign for Human Rights and Development International (SHRD) has conducted a human rights and ethical training for police officers at the Police Rights Association Hall in Kenema, Freetown. The training, which is second of its kind organized by SHRD for the Sierra Leone Police, brought together personnel from various departments including the Family Support Unit (FSU) and the Criminal Investigation Department (CID). Esther Susan Bassi reports.
The session aimed to strengthen the professionalism, ethical conduct, and human rights compliance of police officers in the discharge of their duties. SHRD's Executive Director Abdul Fatoma said that the training was designed in response to several challenges identified regarding the respect for human rights by law enforcement, with the goal of educating officers on key human rights principles and their practical application in day-to-day policing. Abdul Fatoma also spoke on key human rights themes, including the responsible use of force, appropriate detention conditions, proper documentation, and the need for accountability within police operations. He added that the training would also contribute to reducing human rights violations and improving the level of professionalism within the Sierra Leone Police.
What we aim to achieve is the police to know that during their work they promote respect for rule of law, they promote respect for human rights and the human dignity of people that are under their custody. And we also want to see the police where they apply professionalism and during their work and after their work.
Assistant Inspector General of Police and Director of Trainings, Mustafa Kamara, also highlighted the importance of ethics, discipline, confidentiality, trust, and independence in policing. He said the training is essential in guiding them during their work, especially during operations. He noted that it also provides a valuable platform for knowledge sharing that enhances their ability and professionalism.
A priority right from the beginning, because we are dealing with people either in the field of operations, that is when we go out to carry out activities, or when we invite people to police stations for cases under investigation, when suspects are in custody. So we think that the rights of those people are very, very important, and we work very hard to make sure that we take into consideration those rights.
Aisha Lansana, a trainee from the FSU unit at CID, expressed appreciation for the initiative.
We learn about accountability and transparency. As a police officer, when you have accountability and transparency, the Sierra Leone will believe and trust in you as long as you do the right thing.
The training forms part of Chadi's broader objective to foster respect for human rights culture in law enforcement and promote good governance, accountability, and justice in the country. For SLBC News, Esther Suzanette Bassi reporting.
A new wave of hope for young people in Sierra Leone has been ushered in as UNICEF, in collaboration with the Ministry of Basic and Senior Secondary Education (MBSSE), launched the comprehensive National Life Skills Framework. The landmark initiative unveiled at the Atlantic Hotel on Lumley Beach aims to equip adolescents across the nation with crucial life skills to shape their future. Abdul Kabir witnessed the event.
It's our pleasure to officially launch the Comprehensive Life Skills Framework for Sierra Leone, adapted to Sierra Leone, and developed by Sierra Leoneans.
The framework encompassing 12 key areas, including empathy and diversity, is designed to empower young people with the essential competencies needed to navigate their formative years and beyond. This collaborative effort signals a renewed commitment to fostering better conversations and deeper understanding around life skills among the youth. Speaking at the launch, Ankone, Deputy Director at the Gender Unit of the MBSSE, underscored the Ministry's unwavering commitment to the effective implementation of the Comprehensive National Life Skills Framework. She emphasized its crucial role in advancing the holistic development of young people in Sierra Leone.
We have developed a framework on life skills. But before this time, for post-Ebola era, UNICEF supported line ministries of education, social welfare, and gender to actually support adolescents, girls on life skills. And at that time, we identified 60 girls whom we actually gave knowledge and skills on life skills. And we came to understand that they developed well and they went through their schooling smoothly and transitioned into university education.
Usman Kamar, Director of Curriculum and Research Unit at MBSSE, provided a comprehensive overview of the framework, detailing its purpose, implementation strategies, and rollout plan. Whereas the UNICEF Deputy Representative stressed the framework's wider applicability, noting how it touches every aspect of life. She urged policymakers to integrate the framework unanimously into the country's wider developmental plans.
Development of young people's full potential at its very core. UNICEF warmly congratulates the Ministry of Basic and Senior Education for leading the development of this forward-looking framework. Its completion reflects strong national ownership and collaborative efforts of government, partners, educators, communities, and young people working together to support improved learning and life outcomes for children and young people in Sierra Leone.
The event also featured a panel discussion where young people passionately articulated the critical need for the full implementation of the knowledge gained from such networks. They emphasize how these life skills will help to shape societal perceptions and empower them to thrive. The launch of the comprehensive National Life Skills Framework marks a significant step towards nurturing resilient and empowered young people in Sierra Leone. Abdul Kabir, SLBC News, Freetown.
The Sierra Leone Teaching Service Commission has disclosed that this year's online application portal for the Presidential and National Best Teachers Awards has seen a surge in nominations compared to previous years. The disclosure was made while sharing their plans for the 5th edition of the Presidential National Best Teachers Awards with stakeholders. Minister Fofana has more.
Teaching Service Commission, the Ministry of Basic and Senior Secondary Education, the Chair and Staff of the Commission, I formally launched the event of the Presidential National Best Teachers Awards for 2025.
In a presentation, Director of Registration at the Teaching Service Commission, Hectoria Pine-Bailey, outlined that heads of schools must have completed a minimum of 10 years of uninterrupted teaching service, while classroom teachers are required to have at least 5 years of service. All applicants must have passed the Commission's licensing examinations, a milestone recently achieved by 9,118 teachers across the country. She noted that in addition to service duration and licensing, applicants will be evaluated based on professional training and development, outstanding impact within their schools and communities, excellence in teaching methodologies, innovation in classroom practices, and adherence to the Commission's Code of Conduct.
Eligible to apply, you must be a Sierra Leonean, DSS, SSS, and telephone schools, and those schools that are community schools in our districts.
The Commission confirmed that this year's online application portal has seen a surge in nominations compared to previous years. Plans are also underway to revise the cash prize structure, reflecting the growing prestige of the awards. Stakeholders at the meeting contributed suggestions aimed at strengthening the awards process, emphasizing transparency, inclusivity, and the importance of recognizing exemplary educators at a national level. As the 5th edition draws near, the Commission reaffirmed its commitment to honoring teachers who demonstrate excellence and dedication in shaping Sierra Leone's future. SLBC News, Aminata Fofana.
A new magistrate court has been established at Mile 91 at Tonkolili district, aimed at improving access to justice and expediting legal proceedings in the rural communities. Honorable Chief Justice Komba Kamanda said the court's opening was a part of a broader strategy to decentralize the judiciary and restore public confidence in the rule of law. Jonathan Turner has more.
For years, residents of Mile 91 and surrounding unique communities were compelled to travel long distances to Mabroka town to seek legal redress, a reality that contributed to delays in the administration of justice and limited access for many, especially vulnerable groups. The newly constructed court represents a major development in the country's justice reform efforts, particularly in bringing justice closer to the people. Chief Justice Komba Kamanda said that with a fully functional magistrate court in place, cases such as burglary, trespass, theft, among others, will now be tried locally, enabling speedy trials and reducing case backlog in Mabroka and other regional courts.
They wanted to do them bad them than they for done now. Because just like where the primary chief said, don't tell me, I say, anybody can meet and So basically, that. So when I encourage the magistrate, and the magistrate na supposed to be very respectful, just respect now. The most important thing is to make sure say you do your work, you do everything right.
The people of Yoni Chiefdom, in particular, expressed deep appreciation for the initiative. Many hailed it as a long-awaited development that will not only deter criminal activity but also foster peace, security, and accountability in the community.
Something we want to appreciate the judiciary and want to really assure the judiciary that we want to make sure that the end sense for which this facility is brought to our doorstep is actualized. But like I said, yes, we can have a magistrate court, we can have it resident, but if we do not have a remand facility that is closer to the court, in other words, we still have government to be spending money to be taking suspects from 91 to Maboka, which means the problem we are running away from, which is the problem of applying the terrible road condition of linking 91 to Rubu, will still be used because
the opening of the magistrates court in Mile 91 marks another step in the judiciary's commitment to judicial access, efficiency, and reform. The judiciary of Sierra Leone pledged to continue expanding its footprint to underserved areas across the country, ensuring that no citizen is left behind in the pursuit of justice. For SLBC News, Jonathan Turner reporting.
Despite the absence of the members of the opposition APC, Parliament has adopted the 13th report of the second session of the 6th Parliament of the Committee on Appointments and the Public Service for the approval of the 10 presidential nominees. Among the nominees presented for approval was the new Director General, National Social Protection Authority (NSPA), both the Board Chairman and Director General of the National Petroleum Regulatory Authority (NPRA), and 5 board members of the Statistics Sierra Leone Council, among others. Dennis Fraser tells us more.
All those in favor say aye. Aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. Congratulations.
That was members of parliament from the ruling SLPP bench giving the green light for the 13th report of the second session of the 6th Parliament on the Committee of Appointments and Public Service to be adopted, while approving its recommendations for 10 presidential nominees to serve in various designated positions. Despite the absence of members on the opposition APC bench, who were boycotting Parliament as a strong expression of disappointment on the conduct of the clerk. Nonetheless, members on the ruling SLPP bench called on the presidential nominees prior to their approval to render service delivery, which is an utmost priority of the government and should work in the interest of the people.
I'm asking Petroleum Department, the 2 nominees, one is a brother and the other one is a very good compatriot of mine. So make sure you don't just go there and sit down. Do everything within your power to leave a legacy there.
So Speaker, honorable members, the rate at which petrol stations are being built and the environment sometimes is not even conducive. Go to the street of Freetown. You see petrol stations being built on 1 town lots and built very close to a dwelling house.
Before reading the report, the chairman of the Committee on Appointment, Honorable Matthew Sanyuma, referred to a letter of petition by people he called supporters of the former Commissioner of the Disability Commission, Dr. Van de Kone, and following the hue and cry by some members of disability groups. He cited constitutional provisions in Section 61 of the 1991 Constitution as the reason for vetting the new chairman of the Disability Commission, Brahma Abdullahi Sharif.
Subject to the provision of the Constitution and of any act of Parliament, the President may constitute offices of Sierra Leone, make appointment to any such office, and terminate any such appointment.
Among the other nominees were the first Director General, National Social Protection Authority, Abubakar Kokofele, a seasoned administrator with years of experience to now manage the Social Protection Basket Fund. The board chairman, National Petroleum Regulatory Authority, Ali Michael Kondo, a former board member, Petroleum Regulatory Agency, for 6 years, and with proven technical and administrative prowess. And Director General of the National Petroleum Regulatory Authority, Brahma Balua Kuruma, who has also served as the executive chairman of the Petroleum Regulatory Agency. Members of Parliament on the ruling bench also ratified the African Road Safety Charter Agreement, which was laid on the table of the House on Tuesday, 10th June 2025. The agreement aligns with continental best practice, leading to faster response to accidents on the highways and real-time data on road traffic fatalities. The charter will be signed by 15 countries before it will be implemented. SLBC, Dennis Fraser reporting.
Championing Gender Equality and Inclusive Education project has been launched at the St. Joseph Secondary School in Makeni. Implemented by the Institute of Gender and Health Research, the project will focus on promoting inclusive education for persons living with disability. Hassan Fori Kamara was at the occasion and now reports from Makeni.
Speaking to SLBC, Associate Professor Global Development Studies, School of Social Justice and Global Stewardship, Dr. Gitangali Gill, said between 2021 and 2022, Fraser Valley University implemented a project with the disabled community, and in the course realized that a lot of disabled children were not in schools because of several reasons, which motivated them to seek funding to carry out the action-based work.
So we hope that in a way we're piloting to a small degree what can be done and what should be done. We're going to be running clubs for some of these girls and boys on Saturdays in both Bambali and Tonkulili. We're going to be involving teachers as facilitators. We're going to be encouraging some of the youth with disabilities to become youth mentors and youth leaders. And we're going to be having a lot of engagement activities, sensitization events with not only the girls and boys, but also teachers, government officials, education officials, and parents. Because I think another issue around disability is trying to change people's ideas around disability, to try to take the stigma away from having a disability, and that is a long process.
Dr. Gill said the country already had favorable policies which they would decentralize and put into actions so that the community would not only have in-depth understanding of their rights to education, but also teachers would be trained on the appropriate means to use the curriculum developed for the pilot phase in Bombali and Tonkolili district. The project manager, Catherine Lyo, said the project would operate on two pillars: creating an enabling environment for children and adolescents between ages 7 and 20, targeting 300 disabled beneficiaries.
And through conversations, the parents were saying there was a lot of discrimination, lots of stigma, and also not a very enabling environment, because there was also lots of challenges with infrastructure and support systems, and the teachers didn't feel prepared or didn't feel that they had enough education or knowledge or training to work with children with disabilities in the mainstream school. So this is how the project began.
She said the project would last for 3 years, in which 60% of the beneficiaries would be girls and 40% boys. The Teaching Service Commission, the Ministry of Basic and Senior Secondary Education, the Ministry of Social Welfare, and the Ministry of Gender and Children's Affairs were all part of the program. They applauded the project and pledged to give their unflinching support to the rolling out in the two districts. Institute of Gender and Children's Health Research is an implementing partner. Dr. Bintu Mansari is Executive Director.
At the end of 2028, we hope
At the end of 2028, we hope the children we enroll stay in school. Teachers would have understood the need of the children. We also hope to have put together a document guiding teachers on how to teach them.
Championing Gender Equality and Inclusive Education project is funded by the Canadian government.
The Ministry of Agriculture and Food Security, in collaboration with Sierra Leone Agribusiness and Rice Value Chain Support, has awarded grants to 30 businesses of second cohort of Jala Enable Youth. The event also coincided with the graduation of 74 Jala Enable Youth out of 174 from 7 districts. Abdul Mansari has the story.
The Ministry of Agriculture and Food Security, whose core mandate is to formulate policies and advise governments on the agriculture sector, has engaged in promoting youth empowerment by providing technical agricultural skills through the Jala Enable Youth Projects. The project aimed at creating job opportunities and contributes to the human capital development in the country. Deputy Vice Chancellor, Jala University, Professor Ali Emba, emphasized the importance of youth empowerment in driving national development. He said the Enable Youth program was designed to equip young people with the required skills to improve agricultural productivity. Dean, School of Agriculture and Home Sciences, Professor Roland Suluku, said the project has supported agricultural students for an efficient productivity. He spoke on plans to strengthen the agriculture department, counting on private sector support.
Wow, private sector. Most of these guys have decided to become farmers. I think they are the private sector. If we start to work with them after 2 or 3 years, they definitely will become private sector. And that was the model the South African used. When Mugabe gave all the land to his relatives, they misused it. In South Africa, they have a youth development farm where those that want to go into agriculture, you'll be there for 3 years, train you, they hand over the farm to that. So that can be an intensive agricultural plan, which I think we have to go.
Minister of Agriculture and Food Security, Dr. Henry Musa Paka, cited a number of challenges he met in the ministry and underscored the significance of the project in achieving the feed salon agenda. The highlight of the ceremony was the presentation of grants to 30 businesses to the second cohort. Beneficiaries from these 7 districts were awarded grants of over 100,000 loans aimed at supporting their entrepreneurial ventures in agriculture. SLBC News, Abdul Masari reporting.
Despite the challenges that surround the construction of a fishing harbour at Black Johnson community, the Ministry of Fisheries and Marine Resources, Princess Duba, has reaffirmed government's firm posture to constructing the proposed $55 million grant ultra-modern fish harbour at Black Johnson community. It is envisaged that upon construction, the fish harbour would enable the country to maximize its potential in its rich marine ecosystem. She made this commitment while giving an address at a press briefing, and Dennis Fraser has more.
The press briefing focused on the controversies surrounding the proposed $55 million grant ultra-modern fish harbour project at Black Johnson, which has been facing strong opposition due to concerns over its potential environmental and social impacts, coupled with fear of displacement and loss of livelihoods by some occupants. While allaying the fears of the public, the Minister of Fisheries and Marine Resources, Princess Dugba, said that the lack of a national fish harbour has been a major setback for the country to maximize its marine potential. She said government had secured 252 acres of land for the construction of the 1-meter deep ultra-modern fish harbour at Black Johnson.
If you could remember, we were given the implementation agreement just after they agreed to give us the $55 million. We then went and signed for the construction of the fish harbour. But prior to my time as minister, they have had a series of engagement on the implementation of the project, and I did same when I assumed office.
We get a town hall meeting again where even the ambassador will go.
According to the acting director of fisheries, Sheikh Hussein, despite Sierra Leone being a signatory to various international treaties to protect its dazzling marine lives, the absence of a national harbour has posed serious challenges for the country to benefit from the implementation of these agreements. It noted that the project comes with huge economic and social benefits.
We can't forget fish market.
Parts of the benefits of the project include the establishment of a fish market which will be a hub for trading in fish. It will also be a hub to purchase fishes at a low cost. Also, the big area of about 200 acres around the seashores will be utilized by those who will be operating blast freezers and cold storage facilities.
In the next 4 months or so, with the pilot what we call quota management system.
On the fear of displacement and loss of livelihoods by some landowners, the legal representative, Office of the Attorney General, Yusuf Isaac Sise, explained that the government had almost completed the process of compensation to those who were genuinely affected. According to the minister, the proposed project will commence on 30th September this year and will become operational after a 2-year period of construction. Although concerns still hovers around by landowners, conservationists and human rights defenders on the ecological damage to the area's pristine rainforest, lagoon and wildlife, but the seemingly benefits of the project tends to override those concerns. SLBC Dennis Fraser reporting.
It's now time for our segments, and first up is the international news.
This is the international news with me, Esther Susanette Bassi. The deputy head of the Russian Navy has been killed near the Ukrainian border, the Russian military has confirmed. Major General Mikhail Gudkov, appointed by President Vladimir Putin to the senior naval post in March, was killed during what Russia's defense ministry described as combat work in the western Kursk region, which borders Ukraine's Sumy region. The ministry gave no further details about the operation. Gudkov's death is one of the most high-profile losses for Moscow since the start of its full-scale invasion of Ukraine. According to Oleg Kuzhemakov, governor of the Primorsky region in Russia's Far East, 10 others were also killed in the incident. Ukraine has not officially commented on the attack, consistent with its usual policy of not confirming targeted strikes on Russian territory. Gudkov had previously commanded the 155th Naval Infantry Brigade of the Pacific Fleet, a unit involved in heavy fighting across eastern Ukraine and later in the Kursk region itself. A major wildfire in eastern Crete has forced the evacuation of thousands of people and caused widespread damage to homes and businesses as strong winds continue to hamper firefighting efforts. The blaze, which broke out on Wednesday afternoon near the village of Ekre, has spread rapidly across forested and mountainous terrain due to gale force winds and high temperatures. According to Greece's fire service, the fire has now split into 3 active fronts: Ekre, Fama and Skino Kapala. Fire crews say the conditions are creating new flare-ups, making containment efforts extremely difficult. Authorities have ordered the mass evacuation of hotels, rental rooms, and homes in the Ferma municipality. As of Thursday morning, a total of 230 firefighters, supported by 13 specialized foot teams, 46 engines, and a drone surveillance unit, have been deployed in the area. For aerial firefighting, 10 helicopters have been made available, one of them coordinating airborne operations. Tanzania's Prime Minister Kassim Majaliwa has announced that he will not seek re-election in the forthcoming parliamentary elections, effectively preventing him from being reappointed. Majaliwa had earlier said that he would defend his legislative seat for a 4th time in October before making the surprise announcement on Wednesday. The 64-year-old was appointed Prime Minister in 2015 and was seen as a possible successor of the late President John Magufuli after his death in 2021. He has continued to hold the position under President Samia Suluhu Hassan, who is seeking to retain the presidency under the ruling CCM party. Majaliwa, who was represented the coastal Ruangwa region since 2010, said his decision was guided by God and he had made it in good faith. Nigeria's 2 main opposition leaders have joined a new political party to challenge President Bola Tinubu and his ruling party in the next election. Atiku Abubakar and Peter Obi have chosen the African Democratic Congress as their new political home after breaking away from their respective parties, the People's Democratic Party and the Labour Party. The announcement is the culmination of a series of talks between the leaders to put up a united front in the 2027 election rather than splitting their votes. At the unveiling with the ADC, interim chairman David Mack said it was an attempt to save the country's democracy and to stop Nigeria from becoming a one-party state. Both the PDP and LP are also battling internal crises, which some believe were instigated by external forces. Well, that's all for the international news with me, Esther Suzanette Bassi. Thanks for watching. Continue to stay glued to the public service broadcaster. Goodbye.
That was international news. Now it's time for sports updates.
Hello there, welcome along to the sporting updates that keeps you in the know. And by the way, my name is Abdul Kabia, and thank you so much for your time. Today we begin with women's football in this edition. This weekend will see the commencement of the 2024 Women's African Cup of Nations in Morocco. An exciting opening match between Morocco and Zambia. Well, 12 teams are in contention for this year's trophy, and Sierra Leone's Aminata Fuller will be among the officiators of this all-important Pan-African event. Here is the update. The 2024 WAFCON, that is the Women's African Cup of Nations, will kick off in a spectacular style on Saturday in Morocco between the host Morocco and Zambia. An exciting match indeed. The competition will run from the 5th of July to the 26th of July. An exciting competition for female players. For Morocco, they've played a couple of friendly matches and they are hoping that they will use that as a leeway to upset Zambia, while Zambia are also prepared very much strong tactically and technically to weather the storm against the host Morocco. For their captain, Joyce Banda, she is super certain that this competition will give them an edge to lift the Giants trophy. How about the defending champions, South Africa? They are equally into the race and they are hoping that they will have a good run in this competition. 12 teams will battle it out for the WAFCON 2024 trophy, and our West African sisters, I will tell you, Nigeria, Ghana, Mali, they are into the race. They are hoping that they will have a good run as well. For Ashishat Ashohala, she is hoping that this competition will mark a turning point for women's football career, because she has been a saving grace to the Super Falcons of Nigeria, an exciting football team as well to reckon with. And in fact, the Confederation of African Football unveiled the trophy in Morocco with the participating teams. The event was a joyful one with nice euphoria among the players who are hoping to excel in the competition. Well, the opening match between Morocco and Zambia will see an exciting showdown. And not just these teams who are participating. Sierra Leone, the Sierra Queens may not be in the competition, but Aminata Fuller is there to represent Sierra Leone in terms of officiating. For the first time, Sierra Leone is having a female referee officiating in the WAFCON competition. Congratulations to Aminata Fuller and all the best for the tourney. Well, an exciting tourney indeed. And in the international scene, we'll flip our attention to another sad story. Diego Jota, Liverpool's powerful playmaker, involved in a car accident and died in the event. A sad news for football enthusiasts around the world and for the footballing community. What a blow. He guided Liverpool to the Premier League Championship and host of other recognition in the game. Diego Jota was a powerful player. He played football to the admiration of everyone. He will be dearly missed for his wonderful playing skills and his human relation, which was second to none. And that wraps up the sporting updates that keeps you in the know. Thank you so much for your time.
That was a sports update. Now to end the news, the main points again. The Wetlands International Program in Sierra Leone has piloted the natural restoration of mangroves. The National Protected Area Authority and key actors in wetland conservation shared experiences in mangrove restoration and witnessed the handing over of new tablets for data collection by the NPAA. The pump price for petrol has gone down to 25 leons per litre, while diesel is sold at 24 leons per litre. Commercial bike riders, drivers and others who depend on fuel products for work and business commended the dealers for such move and expressed optimism to see more reduction. And the Campaign for Human Rights and Development International, SHRD, has conducted a human rights and ethical training for police officers at the Police Wives Association Hall in Kinton, Freetown. The training was brought together personnel from various departments, including the Family Support Unit and the Criminal Investigation Department, FSU and CID, respectively. Well, that's how we end the morning news. I have been Maria Tudukuri. Have a wonderful morning.
A place cannot produce poems. It can only not prevent them. And Freetown is good at that, for Freetown has its own sudden elegances. People are slow to leave it, quick to return. And there are others who come for a year or two and stay for a lifetime, sensing that they've found a city that is in the world, yet sufficiently on the edge of it to have a different resonance. Let me tell you something about this city. All of us, we're all just passing through, and we've all been here forever. Those who came, those who stayed, those who never returned. Tides turn, seasons change, we've waited and we've watched. But we've always been here. We've always listened, because there is a different resonance here. It comes from the river, and the land, and the sky.
It's our place. All of us.
This city belongs to everyone.
And you know when it's your time.
And it's our time.
Listen, we are Freetown.
We are Freetown!
The golden rules of Freetown.
Don't pretend you're something that you're not.
Don't go thinking you're better than anyone else.
Or that anyone else is better than you.
Don't shout about it. Get on with it.
We are Freetown.
Freetown!
Freetown! Yeah! We found our voice again.
I'm from India and Freetown.
I'm from China and Freetown.
I'm from the UK and Freetown.
I am from Nigeria and Freetown.
I am from home and Freetown.
This city belongs to everyone.
The fishermen,
the taxi driver,
the barber,
the drummers, the dancers.
All of us.
All of us. Everybody. We are Freetown.
The past is ours.
The future is ours. It's our time again.
And this city belongs to everyone.
The playwright,
The greengrocer,
The teacher,
the dog.
This space is ours.
this light is ours.
the beaches are ours. The rivers now we own.
The roads are ours.
The bridges now we own.
We are Freetown.
We are all visitors and we've all been here forever.
We've got the mightiest river.
And the biggest sky.
And there's a resonance again.
Freetown, Freetown.
We are proud of this place.
We love this city.
And we want you to love it too.
We are proud of this place.
Now pass we all they pass like stranger them. But we all don't dare from them. Come here, and you'll feel it, that end of the line sense of freedom. Say yes to Freetown. Say yes to freedom.
Today is Friday, the 4th of July, 2025. Good morning and welcome to your Good Morning Sierra Leone, the program that starts your day with analysis on views and current happenings in the country. I am your presenter, Esther Sako. Our quote of the day is from an English dramatist, Tom Stoppard, and it says, "A healthy attitude is contagious, but don't wait to catch it from others. Be a carrier." Coming up in this edition of the program, Administrator and Registrar General holds a one-day workshop with religious leaders on how to fulfill in marriage certificates. Sierra Leone Police officially announces exam date for shortlisted applicants for the 2025 Sierra Leone Police recruitment. And founder of the Betty Musa Foundation speaks on a legacy. On this note, we invite you to participate in the program by sending your text message to the number displayed on your screen or send your comments on our Facebook page at SLBC Live. The program you're watching is Good Morning Sierra Leone, live on the SLBC. Welcome back. The program you're watching is Good Morning Sierra Leone, live on the SLBC. We kickstart the program with one of our headline stories. The Sierra Leone Police Headquarters has officially announced that all applicants who have successfully shortlisted for the Sierra Leone Police 2025 recruitment should prepare for the upcoming exam. The exam is scheduled to take place this weekend. Well, the exam is a crucial step in the recruitment process and will test the knowledge and skills of all applicants aspiring to join the Sierra Leone Police. For more on the recruitment and the exams, we have in the studio ASP Mohamed Obsin Senu. He is the head of media 2 of the Sierra Leone Police. Good morning, welcome to the program.
Good morning.
Yes.
Good morning and pleasure having me.
Okay, so tell us, how has the recruitment process been for the Sierra Leone Police now that you are now saying they are going to take an examination to be part of the police force?
Yeah, it has been a very tough journey. You know, we started the process since May this year. More than 9,000 applicants nationwide applied. During the process, we shortlisted close to 4,000 nationwide. Processes has to do with verification of results, verification of information that were submitted to police from regional angle, in the provinces as well as police headquarters. So some were not qualified based on the fact that the age, for instance, like the graduate recruitment, the age limit here is 18 to 30, some are above 30. So for that, you are not qualified, you are not fit to join the police. Because the retirement age starts 60 years. So one to recruit police officers who will serve at least 30 years, not, less than that. Yeah, so it's like no work done. Others were, dropped because of fake results. Others were also dropped because of the information supplies to the police are not correct. Others, so based on that, we were able to drop a lot of others based on the fact that they submitted one, the age limits, no police clearance, and then some, have some other issues with the qualification.
So is this the first time the Sierra Leone Police is organizing an exam for your applicants? Because before now, people say dropout are people that apply to become part of the police force.
No, examination has been part of the recruitment process since I joined the Sierra Leone Police 2005. It's the same. It's the same. It's the same. So it's not like handpick or other things. If you go through the exam, that's not just the process. It doesn't mean if I've gone through the exam, I'm fit to join the police. We also have a one-on-one interview. From interview, you have medical and other, processes as well. So it has been really tough for us. More than 9,000 to vet all those things with scratch cards and other things. So we're able to shortlist at least 4,000. So it has been a very tough journey. So for the examination center on this on Saturday the 5th of July, Western area, Freetown here, the center is Hastings, and the time is 7 a.m. the morning hour. You're supposed to be there. You go along with valid national ID card and no mobile phone, no calculator, no other gadgets we are allowed to enter in the exam hall. Those in the provinces like Eastern region is Anzaru Senior Secondary School, Kenema. Southern region, Bo Government Secondary School. Northeast region, Makeni to be specific, is St. Francis Secondary School. In the Northwest region, Sri Lanka Secondary School for local. So these are the centers. If you are part of the system, you go there at least 7 a.m. and the exam will last from 7 at least 12 noon.
So does the police force has a targeted number that they want to, because after exams obviously there are going to be a shortlisted process again?
Yeah, well, the targeted number depends on the successful candidates, because we have series of processes. One, the examination, interview, medical, physical exercise. So these are all elimination series. From there, we get the actual number that we want.
So what does the police want to achieve at the end of the day?
We really want to recruit credible and trustworthy police officers, not push police officers. And that is why even in the process, we have on the list, we have recommendations. If for instance, you are to recommend somebody, you must indicate your picture, your phone number, and your NIN number as well. So in the process, we discover that this person is a valid police officer. We'll call you. Sako, you recommended this person with all your character, with all your good recommendation. The person is now under investigation. So what are you going to say with this? So basically, we really want to have trustworthy police officer.
Okay, ASP, before we leave you, what's the present security situation in the country?
Sierra Leone is relatively peaceful, calm and quiet across the country. We have police officers doing joint patrols alongside with our staff to ensure that we provide watertight security for our people, because we have the mandates to create an enabling environment for everybody to operate, and that is just what we are doing. So Sierra Leone is peaceful, calm and quiet. You have rights to move from wherever, as long as your movement is within the confines of the law.
Many thanks there to you, ASP Mohammed Bomsin Senu, as he has been taking us to the Senate place is set to hold exams for the shortlisted applicants for the 2025 Sierra Leone Police Recruitment. The program you're watching is Good Morning Sierra Leone. Move on to another issue. The Administrator and Registrar General has held a one-day workshop with religious leaders on how to fill in marriage certificates. The training was on the 30th of June 2025 at a New Brookfields Hotel, was intended to train the religious leaders on different types of marriages that exist in the country, the legal frameworks governing these marriages, and how these leaders should fill the marriage and divorce certificates based on the type of marriage contracted for proper registration of such document at the office. Well, in the studio to discuss on the said training, we have the Head of Legal Affairs of the OARG, Margaret Sumana Esquire, Office of the Administrator and Registrar General, and we also have Daniel Johnson, is the Deputy Administrator General, Office of the Administrator General and Registrar General. Good morning and welcome to the program.
Good morning.
Okay, first of all, let's start the conversation. What prompted the Office of the Registrar General to hold such a training for religious leaders?
The Office of the Administrator and Registrar General has several functions, amongst which is the celebration of civil marriages and the registration of Christian and Muslim marriages. And over the years, we realized that the processes that take us to these marriages have been faulty from the areas of the churches and the mosque. Because for the civil marriage, we have actually streamlined the process. You have to go through a lot of processes before we can be cleared for a civil marriage. And so we decided that we are not alone. We are not working in isolation. We have other actors, and so it was about time we bring these actors on board so that we have a discussion, we have a conversation on how we can go forward, on how these registration processes can be taken forward, and what are the requirements for people to get married, so that at the end of the day, we'll be on the same page in terms of marriages in Sierra Leone.
Okay, so let's talk on the training. How did the training look like?
Well, the training was attended by 250 participants, and we were encouraged by the turnout because the training was scheduled to start at 9 a.m. in the morning, and by the time we were there as an office, the pastors and the imams were already there, showing their commitment to the process. And it went well because we took them through the legal framework, the processes, the way to fill the marriage certificates, the responsibilities of the government and religious leaders towards marriages, the challenges, the benefits of marriages. And those were the issues that were discussed, and it went well.
Okay. Let me bring in Daniel Johnson, the Deputy Administrator General. So what do you make up of this training that you did for this set of people?
Well, the training as the magistrate said was very, very, very important, because over the years we've been having problems. Because before I became the Deputy Administrator and Registrar General, I was working like the PR. So I was having so many calls from people abroad and even within the country, the problems they are having. Because before now we were not explaining to people about the processes, especially when they get married, what to do. I mean, because we have 4 types of marriages, really. We have the Christian marriage, we have the Muslim marriage, the civil, and that of the customary marriage. But we are really engulfed in the 3 categories: the Christian, the civil, and the Muslim. They are all governed by different laws. We have Cap 97, Cap 96, and Cap 95. So if you read all of those laws, they tell you exactly what are the processes you have to follow. But the public really is not really aware of all these laws. So what we did was to go to to call a conference where we talk to all our partners in development, the imams and the pastor and the priest. So they are very, very happy for us what we did, because we explained to them everything when it comes to marriage. For instance, some of the things they were not really aware of were highlighted. For the civil marriage is one that they call the court marriage. That one is celebrated at Roxy Building, and the law says it should be in the registry. And when you talk about the Christian and the Muslim marriage, they are also celebrated in places of worship. So if you go beyond that, maybe let's say you want to celebrate your Christian marriage in your house, is against the law. We will not be there. We don't know exactly what you do, but I mean, there are lawyers around. In terms of problem, they will pick all those things, then they will be before the court of law. So what we want to do, and what we continue to do, is to explain to the public to know exactly how these marriages are governed by law.
So this one-day engagement, I don't think it's actually enough for teaching this set of people as to what entails, because you've made mention now that some people do their marriages at home and they come to the Administrator General to register these types of marriages.
Exactly. So the one day really was not enough, because that was exactly that, and we are told by even the participants. So they encourage us to engage the public continuously, because even when it comes to the registration, the public is not even aware that after the marriage, maybe for Muslim, within 7 days you should register your marriage. For Christians, within 10 days. For the civil, we conduct at the ORG, it's automatic. So at times people will come, oh, I never knew that I was supposed to register this marriage. Now it's out of time. So, as you rightly said, we have to continue. We have to keep engaging the public so that they will know all these things. They will not go against the law.
Okay. Let me bring you in Reverend Gustavus Johnson from Church of the Firstborn. So let's talk on, as you heard from the guest from the Administrator General and Legislature General, raising concerns with regards the certain challenges that are faced by them with regards the registration of marriages. So what do you make about the training that was held by them, and did you learn anything new?
Yes, of course. The Bible says in Hosea 4 verse 6, it says, "My people perish because of lack of knowledge." And we are very privileged to have the kind of knowledge that was passed on to many of us, especially the Muslims and the Christians. And it was mind-blowing, I can say it, and also it was very educative, and above all, it was really interactive, because they gave us the podium to ask questions and to really say certain things that are part of us that we need to know. So it was really, really mind-blowing and educative for us to learn, and so that we cannot continue making the mistakes, because I believe that ignorance of the law is no excuse. So I doff my hat to the organization for coming and helping us so that we can build a better Sierra Leone.
Okay, so tell us, what new did you learn with regards to the registration of Christian marriages as a pastor?
Well, really, first of all, looking at how to really write on the registry, it was a mind-blowing one, because some of us, we did make mistakes. For example, we talked about the area whereby we need to publish bans, and most of the certificate that we were doing, we did not put the date that we published the bans, and now we know that we should add it to the certificate. And above all, at times we fill the certificate, there is no address of where we do the marriages, and that was also a mind-blowing one again. And also talking about the area of signing the registry, you know, and it was really a unique one, and it was so good. And above all, we learned that on Sunday, as Christians, we have no right to marry people on Sunday. And that was really a mind-blowing one for some of us. And so these are some of the things that we really learned from the organizers, and it was really, really fruitful.
Okay. On Tuesday with us on the program, let me bring you in, Madam Margaret. So, from the legal point of view, I want you to enlighten viewers as to what makes a marriage not legal.
Well, when it comes to specifically the, okay, I'll give you the general overview. When you want to marry, there are certain things we need to look for. In the first place, the person is intending to get married must have attained the age of majority, which is 18 and above. Secondly, these people must be fit and proper persons to get married, meaning you should not be insane. Even if you are insane, at the moment that you are about to contract a marriage, or you are contracting that marriage, it should be the lucid period. That means you should know, you should understand the contract you are about to enter into. And there should be consent, that the parties must agree to get married before that marriage can be contracted. And it should be between a man and a woman. Because at least for Sierra Leone, we are not yet there. Sure. We have a man marrying a man, so it should be between a man and a woman. That's the general things we look for, and specifically for the civil and the Christian marriages, because the civil marriage law was the Christian Marriage Act is a principal ordinance from which we have the civil marriage laws. And so if you look at the laws, they are similar. So for Christian and civil, they have almost the same criteria. So if you want to say a civil marriage is valid or a Christian marriage is valid, first of all, as we say, there must be a prohibited degree of consanguinity and affinity. You must not marry somebody that you are blood related to. You should not marry your father, your sister, your cousin, and that is for the consanguinity, blood relation, close blood relation. You must not marry that person. For affinity, you must not marry your in-law or an adopted child, because adoption actually mirrors blood relationship. Maybe the person you are adopting might not be your blood relation or somebody else, but because that person is now part of the family, by affinity, you are not supposed to get married to that person. That invalidates the marriage. If at the time of the marriage, as I've already established, the person cannot give his or her consent, then that invalidates the marriage. If the person has not attained the age of 18, then that also makes the marriage void, because we have what we call void marriages and voidable marriages. Void marriages, it means that you may have gone through the ceremony, but that union does not legally exist because you have not met the set criteria for such marriages. And so if you marry somebody who has been, maybe the woman has been pregnant before you marry the person, and then you were not aware that the woman was pregnant. Then eventually after the wedding, you discover that the person is pregnant, you can approach the court to nullify that marriage. So that we can refer to as a voidable marriage, because at the point you were marrying the person, you were not aware of the circumstance. Now you are aware. So from the moment you marry that person to the point that the marriage is being nullified, the marriage was valid at that point, but then it can be nullified because the person did not answer to the criteria. And for those also that get married in places that they are not supposed to get married, in the first place, for church marriages, it should be in a registered church. So some people will take you to a church that they know that is not registered, where they want to be fictitious or fraudulent, and they get you wedded there. You'll be passing with that certificate saying that I am married, but in actual fact, you are not married. It's a void marriage because that is not a registered church, and so you cannot be said to be married in a place like that because it is not registered. Some people get married under false names, false identity. You come to the registry, you come with a fake ID card, you get married. Maybe the person you're even marrying to is not aware that that is not your name. And so at the end of the day, that person discovers that this is a situation, and so that also invalidates that marriage. So there are a series of things that will make this marriage not valid.
Okay, speaking of getting married in other places that are not designated, let's talk about this nikah marriage by Muslims. How legal it is?
Yes. So the difference is that for the Muslim marriages, their custom and traditions allows that you can celebrate the marriage in a house. They go prepare the marriage certificate, they bring it to that place, it is signed, and it is a valid marriage.
Okay.
Yes, these are the exceptions. It's a valid marriage. But for Christians, that is not permissive. For the civil marriage, it's not permissive. And for the Muslim marriages, they can do proxy marriages. I cannot be there, or my husband cannot be there, and then the brother can come in and marry me. It is a valid marriage. But for Christian marriage, you do not take proxy marriages. You have to be present. And also the marriage has to be conducted in the presence of at least 2 witnesses. Otherwise, it cannot be said to be valid.
Okay, so let's talk on those people that get married in a big setting. They call a pastor to pray for them. Is that marriage actually legal if registered?
It cannot be, because the Civil Marriage Act says that civil marriages have to be celebrated at the office of the administrator and registrar general. In other jurisdictions, you can move the registry, but our laws do not permit that. Similarly, for Christian marriages, it says any place of worship. So if you take your marriage to the beach, and then you marry somebody at the beach, somebody comes later to contest that marriage.
But there is a pastor there. That's a registered church.
It's the place. Specifics, the place. It's not saying who. We know that also the pastor has to be an ordained person to be able to conduct the marriage. So the place, you say, it must be in a place of worship.
Okay. So let me bring in the Deputy Administrator General. So let's talk in a setting wherein a Muslim man has 2 wives, and the first wife does not want the certain marriage to go through, and the man goes and married the second wife, and he goes to the Administrator General to register the marriage. Is that marriage valid? Because Madam Simiti make mention of consent.
Now, in a situation where because you see the Christian marriage is quite different from that of the Muslim marriage. The Muslim marriage is that of polygamous marriage. Okay. According to maybe Islam, they said, okay, you should marry like 4 women. We don't have a problem with that. But whenever you get married to a woman, in a Muslim setting, if you want to marry that woman also in the registry, it will be the same woman. But if you don't want to do that in the registry, you really want to continue with your polygamous marriage, you have to make sure that all the women you have, they are registered with us.
Okay, so Pastor, I saw you were smiling when I asked about a pastor joining a marriage in a beach area. You wanted to say something about that?
Yes, the problem is that some of us pastors and we are not properly mentored. And if you are not properly mentored, and there's a tendency for you to also make that kind of mistakes, because the truth is that marriage should be in a place of worship, and I cannot call beach a place of worship.
But I'm moving with the trend. You see overseas, a person will just gather 2-3 people and they go to the beach and get married. There's a pastor that will join them together, and they call that a marriage.
Yes, but the problem there that I have personally is ignorance of the law is no excuse. I don't know whether the law will permit me to do that. That's my own issue that I have, because ignorance of the law is no excuse. I know it should not been done. Why should I do that now? So I will easily boycott.
Okay. So, Madam Smith, let me bring you in quickly before we go for break. So, let's talk on this issue of bigamy. What are the implications?
Well, for bigamous marriages, what does that mean? It means, in the first place, once you get married at a civil registry, in the church, you are not permitted to take another person for wife or husband until you are legally divorced or until the other party dies. But if the other party is still alive and the marriage still subsists, and then you get married to somebody else, that is bigamy. And according to the law, if you are found guilty, you are in prison for not more than 7 years, and the person with whom you commit the bigamous act also goes for not more than 5 years. Because we have always said that marriage is a serious business. If you want to get married to someone, ask questions. You will get answers. Because we are not living in isolation. We are living a communal life. People will know. They will tell you. But if you end up marrying somebody that is encumbered, you have yourself to blame.
Okay, so Daniel Johnson, have you been having issues with regards to this bigamy at the Registrar General?
Too much. You know, at times, especially when it comes to people who are maybe like the military, you know, most time they will get married, then over time they will just tell the wife, no, I'm not interested. So what I will do, we'll go to maybe to the headquarters. They will just say, let me give you my rice every month. When you take the bag of rice, you hand over it to the wife. When that happens, it's not really divorce, because you are still married. For let's say the people got married in the church or in the civil setting, that marriage is always recognized until the court of law is involved in the separation. If not, you are still married. So we are having problems. But most times, you see, when we talk about bigamy, the women suffer, because most times the women are the ones who are going to the registry to attack the men. Oh, I've been married to this man for over 10 or 15 years, and we ask the person, Is there any proof? That's why when you get married to somebody, make sure that you register your certificate. That's very, very important. So if you can tender your certificate in our presence, then we can just stop everything. It has been happening overnight.
Okay, so we'll continue the conversation. We'll go for a break. Continue to stay with us on the program. Head of Legal Affairs of the Office of the Administrator and Registrar General, Margaret Sumana Esquire, and Reverend Gustav Johnson, the General Overseer of Church of Firstborn, and also Daniel Johnson, the Deputy Administrator General, Office of the Administrator and the Registrar General. Well, we take our health tip of today and we take a look at lupus. Lupus is a chronic autoimmune disease that is difficult to diagnose because its associated symptoms are often confused for other medical conditions. In general, lupus directly impacts every part of your body, including your major organs like your heart and your brain. Although there is no cure for this lifelong condition, healthcare providers work to reduce the severity of your flare-ups and slow the progression of the disease. Let's watch and learn.
Systemic lupus erythematosus, or lupus for short, is a lifelong autoimmune disease. That means your immune system begins to attack healthy cells in your body, as if they were foreign invaders like bacteria or viruses. Lupus can target any part of your body at different rates and stages, from your hair and skin to your blood, brain, heart, lungs, kidneys, and circulatory system. One of the earliest signs of lupus involves extreme fatigue, similar to fibromyalgia or hypothyroidism. When you're tired all the time, it can affect the way you think and feel, and even limit the number of activities you are able to participate in. Changes to your skin are also common. You may develop a butterfly-shaped rash on your face that covers your cheeks and the bridge of your nose. You may also become sensitive to the sun and develop frequent sunburns, hard-to-heal sores, or thick, scaly patches of skin. Other common symptoms include hair loss, persistent swelling in your arms, legs, or face, chronic pain in your joints or muscles. You may also bruise more easily or experience an increase in blood clots. And you may also develop other complications along the way related to your body's major organs. For example, lupus can cause inflammation in the muscles of your heart, in your heart's surrounding tissues, and in the valves of your heart. Rarely, when lupus affects your brain, you may experience changes in your mood, problems with memory, and may even develop seizures. Lupus can be difficult to diagnose because the symptoms you experience are often confused with other conditions. They also develop slowly over a period of time and can flare up anywhere in your body, making it difficult to pinpoint the problem. One way to think of it is to imagine picking up the phone to call your friend, but your screen is cracked. You can't remember their number, the cell phone battery is drained, and there's no signal. Yet you need to figure out these problems and find a way to make the call anyway. That's what living with lupus is like. We may not know what causes lupus, and there's no cure. But once you've been diagnosed with lupus, healthcare providers can work with you to find ways to slow down the progress of the disease and help reduce the frequency of your flare-ups.
Our viewers also learned a lot from our health tip of the day that has to do with lupus. Well, the program you're watching is Good Morning Sierra Leone, live on the SLBC, and you could be part of the conversation by sending your text message to the number displayed on the screen or send your comments on our Facebook page at SLBC Live. We still have our guest in the studio, the Head of Legal Affairs at the Office of the Administration, Registrar General, Margaret Sumana Esquire. We have Reverend Gustav Johnson, who is the General Overseer of the Church of the Firstborn, and we have Daniel Johnson, is the Deputy Administrator General of the Office of the Administrator and the Registrar General. So let me bring you in. Before we went for a break, Daniel Johnson was talking about divorce. So let us talk on the process of divorce from the legal point of view, because we see many a time people, after having issues, they stay apart for some time. They don't legally go through the procedures of divorce, and all of a sudden you see them getting married again. Speaking about that bigamy we spoke about. So let us talk on what are the procedures for divorce.
Yes, for divorce we have already established that if you get married maybe to somebody else's wife or somebody else's husband, is bigamy. And if you want to get divorced, because with a civil marriage, Christian marriage, and you have to get divorced in a competent court of law. For the civil marriage, you are getting married under the law and you get divorced under the law. And also for Christian marriages, you go through the courts before you can get divorced. For Muslim marriages, normally it is done in the mosque. You get divorced where you get married. And for customary marriages, when the marriage no longer works, you approach the council, because they are dealing with customary marriages and divorces. They can issue you a marriage certificate as well as a divorce certificate, as the case may be. But mind you that a marriage must always be registered, because we cannot register a divorce if there is no marriage. So there must be an evidence of the marriage certificate before you can register a divorce. And when we're talking about divorce, normally there are 3 general grounds we're looking at for divorce: adultery, desertion, and cruelty. Adultery, in actual fact, under the law, is difficult to prove, because it means that you have to find the person in the act. Or maybe there should be an evidence of that divorce. Maybe the person gets a child out of the adulterous relationship. That is an evidence of adultery, and then you can take the person on. That is why most times for divorce proceedings you see people coming with cruelty, desertion, because we may have adulterous circumstances.
To get the evidence.
Yes. So, but that does not amount to adultery. So you cannot normally bring that on until you are able to prove something. So that is adultery. And desertion, for consistently 2 years, you must have been deserted from that person. Meaning, you may not be staying in the same house without the consent of each other. That is desertion, and that 2 years must not be broken. You may not say, I left this man for 8 months and then I came, we stayed together for 1 month, I went back, and when you come back, you start with a calculation, say this is the 9th month. No. Once it is breaking, it has been broken, you start counting again when you come back for the second time. So for 2 consecutive years, you must not have an affair with that person. And you may be in the same house with the person, but yet you are deserted. You are not eating from the same pot. You are not sleeping in the same room. You are not doing anything together. So in that case also, you can say you are deserted. And also, then if you take a person to court on desertion, the person may come with a counter petition for constructive desertion, because sometimes it is your fault that the person left the house. Maybe you have been maltreating your wife, or maybe you have not been making the man comfortable in the house, and so the person left. So it is your fault. And so if the person comes with that claim, and the law and the court is able to prove that it was actually your fault, all the awards for penalty that could have been given to that person will be given to you instead.
But many a time we see divorce cases taking up to 10 to 20 years. What makes it take that long for people to get divorced? The evidence?
I am not in a position to say. The best people to answer that question is the courts. Because yes, the entire process is filed with the courts. So they are in the best position to say why they have not been speeding up the process. But sometimes also it has to do with the client. Some people will come with their matters, and then when you come to give the relevant maybe witnesses, they are not there, and so the case is naturally will delay. And also, as I was saying, we also have what we call cruelty, and that is broad. For instance, you are in this marriage, This man gets drunk every day. He comes home, wakes up the kids. They shouting all over the place. That is cruelty. But it's not giving you the kind of peace you deserve in that home. Or maybe you are this woman, you are always taking deaths all over the place. People come to the house, nuisance all over the place. You are not giving the man that peace. That amounts to cruelty in the home. And so most times people come under cruelty for these actions we take against each other, sometimes knowingly or unknowingly, because sometimes unconsciously you may be hurting someone, you may not know that you are hurting that person. And I think the bottom line to the issue of cruelty here is we are not communicating also well in our marriages. We are not communicating. And because we are not communicating, the other party is not a magician to just look at you and know what's going on with you if you have not spoken. So these are some of the issues. And women, for instance, we have that issue of not actually voicing out what's the problem. We normally decide to act. And so when the man also is in his element, we pretend not to see. So for us in Sierra Leone, these are the 3 main grounds for divorce. In other jurisdictions, we have what we call no fault divorce. We will say, I just fell out of love. Yeah, sometimes it happens. They fell out of love and so they decide to get divorced. But for our purposes here, you have to give the ground on which you are saying that this marriage cannot hold, and then the rest is determined by the courts.
Okay, let me bring you in, Deputy Administrator General. So, let us know, how does someone register a marriage and what are the requirements for the registration of a marriage?
Now, as I said earlier, we deal with Christian, civil, and Muslim marriages. So whenever you want to get married, the first you have to inform the office 2 months prior to your time. So we have time to look at all your documents and see whether they are in place. And we have to make sure that we put all the documents together, because when the auditors come, they will see exactly what we've been doing in the office. So after that, we make sure that we conduct what we call an oath ceremony. We see exactly if you are celebrating your marriage at the Roxy building. We make sure that all your documents you've sent to us are in place. We cross-examine you based on if you've been married before or you've divorced, whatever we know exactly. You send out all the documents that are pertaining to whatever you explain to us. So we counsel you and know exactly. Then for those coming for the Muslim and Christian certificate, all what we do is for us to just sell the certificate to them. When they go after the celebration of marriage, they come with it within, for the Muslim is 7 days. Then for the Christian 10 days, then they will be registered. So if you fail to do that, maybe because of ignorance, that doesn't mean your marriage will not be registered again. Because most time people will say, I got married to that woman, but we never registered our marriage, so it don't be valid. Be careful. Because lawyers have what to call registration out of time. They go to the court for that marriage to be registered out of time. And when that happens, it takes effect from the date of marriage. Let's say you got married in 2010 and you failed to register that certificate because of ignorance. So in 2025 now, you realize that, okay, even though we got married in 2010, I still have the right to register this certificate. But you cannot just do it by yourself. You cannot come with the certificate to our office for us to register it. You go through the court. The court has the right to order us to register the certificate. And when that happens, it takes effect from the date of marriage. So if you've been messing around, you are in big problem. So yeah.
Okay, so before we are done with the conversation, what would you want to say with regards advice with regards those people that get married in beach areas, call pastors to pray for them, and they come to register? I'm speaking with guys because this is the Gen Z era. A lot of people want to go with that trend.
Yes, I think the 2 panelists have already established that the law says you have to marry. If you are a Christian, it should be a place of worship. Muslim also should be a place of worship. Then those who want to come to the registry, it should be in the registry. So if you go against that as a lawyer magistrate, it's not valid. We will not be there. We don't know exactly what is happening. But if another party takes that into consideration, you will be at fault. So I advise people to get married in the respective places stated by law.
Okay. So, Reverend, before we leave you, what would be your parting shots to your fellow pastors as you have learned as to how to register this set of marriages? What would be your parting shot?
I think we have learned a lot from these people. For example, you should not marry on Sunday. So I will advise all of my Christian colleagues that you cannot marry on Sunday according to the law. And we need to realize that the law is the law. It's not a matter of spirituality. The law is the law. And also we have learned how to do the publication of marriage, the banns. And if you are really doing the banns, maybe for example, the husband is in my church and the wife is in Fleming, I should make sure that I have the banns from even Fleming if I'm coming to marry them here. So at least there will be no confusion. So we have learned that one. It's very, very important because most of the time, at times we have problem in marriages. You will see people come in and say this and this and that. So we have learned that one, and particularly that when you are publishing the banns, and the banns also, when you publish the banns, the date that you are using to publish the ban, it should be in the certificate. So we have learned that one. And also we have learned also that when you are filling the certificate, you should make sure the address of the church is there. And above all, we have learned also that the church that you are doing the marriage, it should be registered. So I don't want to fall victim, so I'm advising other ministers to please, let's go by the law.
How would you cascade this message to you? Because I'm quite sure you have junior pastors, so they cannot be part of those that go to the beach and join these marriages.
Well, really, I want to say, because we have learned, I think the whole idea now is for us to pass on the information to them, or maybe we'll call the most appropriate people to come and lecture us, you know, because we have the Pentecostal Fellowship, we have the Evangelical Fellowship, and we have all the other fellowships, so that they can come and pass on the relevant information so that we will not fall short of the law, because the law is the law.
Okay, thank you very much. It has been a fruitful discussion. I've actually learned a lot. I won't be part of those that will want to get married in the beach, because I've now learned that it's not a valid marriage. But many thanks to my studio guest, Head of Legal Affairs of the Office of the Administrator and Registrar General, Margaret Suman Esquire, Reverend Gustav Johnson from the Church of the Firstborn, is the General Overseer, and Daniel Johnson, who is the Deputy Administrator General, Office of the Administrator and the Registrar General. Many thanks for joining us in the program this morning. Well, it has been a fruitful discussion. We will move on to another issue. Many thanks to my guest. Well, from there we move on to, as most Sierra Leoneans have memories of Betty Musa, the lady who was born with no arms. But she was a remarkable woman who never used her disability to exploit people, as she used her feet where hands were required. In honor of her son has established the Betty Musa Foundation. This foundation will keep the legacy of Sierra Leone's finest and greatest celebrities, and also Betty Musa. Well, in the studio we have Adonis Williams, is the son of Betty Musa. But before we go to him, we'll go for a short break and we'll continue with the program.
As a mother of the house, whenever I want to prepare palm soup, there's no need pounding palm fruit. All I need is Nkulenu's Ghana's original palm soup base. My soup is done, and its preparation, it is not difficult at all. Nkulenu palm soup base, it's easily done with no difficulties. Just take few ladles and your soup is done. And its flavor, it's amazing. This is Nkulenu's Ghana's original palm soup base. And this is Nkulenu's Ghana's original spiced palm soup base. Iron fruit and turkey berries are naturally added.
Also available Brown Gold natural cocoa powder, Sunny Gold brown sugar, meat fufu flour, shito, pisa, and moringa. All available at Nyami Ado Enterprise, 1 Lower Waterloo Street, Freetown.
Nkulenu palm soup base.
Ghanaian original taste.
Welcome back. Well, as I read in my intro, we have in the studio Adonis Williams, the son of Betty Musa. Good morning and welcome to the program.
Good morning.
So tell us what prompted you to open a foundation in memory of your mom.
Well, a lot of things prompted me really, but the most thing that prompted me is this. Sierra Leone, we have this thing in us, Sierra Leoneans. Even if you were so great, you do things, remarkable things on the earth when you were alive. As soon as you are dead, people tend to forget about you. It doesn't matter what you did when you were alive, they will forget about you. So because of this thing and also I decided that my mom had been someone who has done remarkable things in this country and even out of this country. So one day I was watching television, the late Bonnie Mac, when he died, King Milan was reading his profile. So the thoughts came into my mind and said, wow. Firstly I said, wow, Bonnie Mac was a very talented artist and he has done a lot. He sang a song that is playing everywhere in the world. So I said, people like this should be remembered. After thinking about Bonnie Mac, and I said, no, my mom also was a remarkable woman. She needs to be remembered. So I thought of building a foundation for her. So I went on and I registered the foundation. After getting this foundation, I sat down again and said, no, I mean, just me to come and propagate my mom's work that she has done will not be enough. And you know, my mom was a disabled and my dad also was a disabled. So I said it would be a great thing, because since my mom was a disabled and then she did not let her disability to bring her down, so she went further and do something that people will admire her, and up till now, even though she's gone, she could be remembered for the things that she did. Even Emerson sang about her. If nobody no help you, no vex yourself, go Fenam. You remember Betty, you know, being and foods the plant for Fenam. So you know, that was a great thing that, you know, it was an example that Emerson gave to able people that they should go and find it. So I sat down and said, oh, there are disabled who can do things for themselves. Disabled don't want to be out there, be begging in the streets for alms. So I said, no, my foundation is going to work on that. Not only to be going and giving them things to eat, clothes to wear, giving them money. No, I think there are disabled who can do. Some can do garage dye.
So tell us what will the foundation be focusing on?
Well, this is where I'm coming now. The foundation will be focusing on disabled. It's going to be happening in 2 phases. The first one is to keep my mom's legacy, for people to be remembering my mom, what she has done, the remarkable things, because I'm in talks with the museum even for her to be profiled as one of the greatest women in Sierra Leone. And also I'm trying to see how best I could do to help disabled people in several ways, not only by giving them arms, to provide them the platform that would make themselves look self-reliant and, you know, make themselves look useful in community, in society.
Okay, so I'm quite sure a lot of people don't tell us a bit about who Betty was before we read, because not everybody will remember, especially the younger generation.
Sure.
So tell us who she was and the impact she created.
Betty Musa was born in Kailan district, Jujuma. I've never been there, and I've only heard people talking. Jujuma Malema Chiefdom. When she was born on the 16th of July 1951. So when she was born, the parents thought that she was a devil. So they have this tradition that they should go and throw her under a cotton tree, that the devil will come back and take its property. So they took her there. She was there for something like 3 days and she did not return. After they brought her back, when they brought her, they set up a fire so that they could roast her alive. But it was the intervention of a chief. By then, I think the chief's name was Chief Kangoma. He came and said, "You guys are quick to forget. You remember some years back, there was a man here who came to do business from Guinea. He also was without arms, but he was having 2 fingers on each of his shoulders. So the way they treated the man said that, I am going, I have nothing to give to you, but you will give back to my wife." And then the man went. So when the chief reminded them of that, that's how she was saved. And even her mom and her parents never, they were scared of her. They thought she was the devil. My mom did not crawl. One day when she was sitting down, she just stood up, started working as a kid. So by then they were having these missionaries who were coming to do their mission work in Sierra Leone. So they came in contact with the woman. When people were saying that she is the devil, they have a devil, they said, no, she's not a devil. We have kids like this in London, so we will take care of her. That's how she was taken to London, and then that's where she was taught how to do everything with her feet. And when she came back to Sierra Leone, there were things that she was not taught over there in London. But when she came to Sierra Leone, when she saw people doing things, she also go ahead and do it, like braiding hair, and she was doing virtually everything what an able person was doing.
Okay. So what would you see from the organization with regards helping those disabled people to do the unimaginable as your late mom did?
Well, as you have said, it's not unimaginable per se, because they themselves can do things. But we have this notion in Sierra Leone that when you're not disabled, not just go get anything no more, So this foundation is coming to make themselves self-reliant in society. Say if you've used to be in the streets begging, where people will come and give you 2 cups of rice, give you 20,000. Now my foundation will be there, like those who will be sewing, provide them with the necessary things that they will use to sew. Say when you sell that cloth that you've sewn, say if you sell it, the 5,000 or 10,000 that you pay to city council, you've contributed to the state. That 30,000 or 40,000 that you'll have as profit, you've earned it with dignity. So this is what my foundation, to make themselves self-reliant.
Okay, so what would be your message to the public as we close?
Well, my message to the public is, really, as I am saying it, is easy. But doing it is something difficult. It involves money, it involves assistance and all. So I'm pleading to the people of this country, those at high places, those who can help, those who knew my mom, those who want to be part of it, please come and let's make this dream a reality. You can help me, you can you can call me on my number 079-202-419, that's the foundation number, and also 079-124-764. You can reach us on that. We will give you further details on the foundation.
Okay. Many thanks there to you, Adonis Williams. He is the son of Betty Musa, as he has opened the foundation in memory and to keep the legacy of her mom. Well, from there, that's how we draw the curtain of the program. Good morning, Sierra Leone. That came to you from the Salifu Broadcasting Corporation. Many thanks to our studio guests and also to our producer, Daphne Zainab Kamal. Quickly take a quote of the day, and it's from English dramatist Tom Stoppard, and it says, "A healthy attitude is contagious, but don't wait to catch it from others. Be a carrier." Well, good morning, Sierra Leone returns on Monday. I have been your host, Esther Sako. Continue to stay with your public broadcaster, the Slbc, if you can. Have a wonderful weekend. Bye-bye.
we not run away. We come for better. We people that want for see what till we they do. We people that want for know what till we they say. Oh, we let we swallow.
Good morning, I am Maria Tuduku and this is News Brief on the app. The Sierra Leone Police has begun the installation of CCTV cameras in strategic locations across the provincial headquarters, starting with Bo City in the southern region. This initiative, spearheaded by Inspector General of Police William Faya Selu, aims to enhance policing, combat crime, and build trust between the police and the community. The installation of CCTV cameras in Bo City, including the Bo Government Hospital, is part of the Sierra Leone Police's efforts to leverage technology in policing. This move follows the successful installation of CCTV cameras in Freetown and is expected to improve policing visibility and effectiveness in crime prevention and investigation. IGP Selu said he was determined to transform the Sierra Leone Police from a force into a service-driven institution, and is evident in his efforts to adopt modern policing strategies. Since assuming leadership, he noted he has undertaken several reforms to position the police on a trajectory of excellence. IGP Fayaselu said he plans to extend the installation of CCTV cameras to all regional police headquarter towns, further enhancing police visibility and community trust. Now, the Campaign for Human Rights and Development International, SHRD, has conducted a training session on ethical and human rights issues for police officers at the Police Wives Association Hall, King Tom, Freetown. The session was aimed to strengthen the professionalism, ethical conduct, and human rights compliance of police officers in the discharge of their duties. SHRD Executive Director Abdul Fatoma also spoke about key human rights themes, including responsible use of force, appropriate detention conditions, proper documentation, and the need for accountability within police operations. He added the training would also contribute to reducing human rights violations, enhancing speedy trials, and improving the level of professionalism within the Sierra Leone Police. Assistant Inspector General of Police and Director of Trainings Mustafa Kamara also highlighted the importance of ethics, discipline, confidentiality, trust, and independence in policing. He said the training was essential in guiding them during their work, especially during operations. In an effort to promote the government's Pillar 1 and 6 of the Feed Salon flagship project, the Ministry of Agriculture and Food Security, with the Sierra Leone Agri-Business and Rice Value Chain Support, has celebrated awarding of grants to 30 businesses of second cohort of the Njala Enable Youth beneficiaries. The Ministry of Agriculture and Food Security provided technical agricultural skills through the Njala Enable Youth project. The project aimed at creating self-job opportunities and to contribute in human capital building in the country. Meanwhile, Deputy Vice Chancellor of Njala University, Professor Aliyu Ba, said the Enable Youth program was also designed to equip young people with the skills necessary to thrive in the agricultural sector, which is vital for the country's growth. Minister of Agriculture and Food Security, Dr. Henry Musa Paka, said despite the challenges in the sector, he has been able to achieve a lot under the Feed Salon project. He noted the Enable Youth program was in line with the achievement of government's flagship program. Well, that's all we have in today's news brief on the hour. Having Maria Tudukuri. Good morning.
things I used to do, and all the pain I put you through. Mama, now I'm here for you. For all the times I made you cry, the days I told you lies. Now it's time for you to rise. For all the things you sacrificed. Oh, if I could turn back time, rewind. If I could make it undone, I swear that I would make it up to you. Mama, I'm grown up now. It's a brand new day. I'd like to put a smile on your face every day. Mama, I'm grown up now, and it's not too late. I'd like to put a smile on your face every day. Crazy things I used to do, and all the pain I put you through. Mama, now I'm here for you. For all the times I made you cry, the days I told you lies. Now it's time for you to rise. For all the things you sacrificed. Oh, if I could turn back time, rewind. If I could make it undone, I swear that I would. I would make it up to you. Mama, grown up now. It's a brand new day. I'd like to put a smile on your face every day. Mama, grown up now, and it's not too late. I'd like to put a smile on your face every day. Now I finally understand your famous line about a day I'd face in time. 'Cause now I've got a child of mine, and even though I was so bad, I've learned so much from you. Now I'm trying to do it too. Love my kid the way you do. Oh, if I could turn back time, rewind. If I could make it undone, I swear that I would. I will make it up to you. Oh. I was a foolish little child. Crazy things I used to do, and all the pain I put you through. Mama, now I'm here for you. For all the times I made you cry, the days I told you lies. Now it's time for you to rise. For all the things you sacrificed. Oh, if I could turn back time, rewind. If I could make it undone, I swear that I would. I will make it up to you. Mama, I'm grown up now. It's a brand new day. I'd like to put a smile on your face every day. Mama, I'm grown up now, and it's not too late. I'd like to put a smile on your face every day. Now I finally understand your famous line about a day I'd face in time. 'Cause now I've got a child of mine, and even though I was so bad, I've learned so much from you. I was a foolish little child. Crazy things I used to do, and all the pain I put you through. Mama, now I'm here for you. For all the times I made you cry, the days I told you lies. Now it's time for you to rise. For all the things you sacrificed. Oh, if I could turn back time, rewind. If I could make it undone, I swear that I would. I will make it up to you. Mama, I'm grown up now. It's a brand new day. I'd like to put a smile on your face every day. used to do, and all the pain I put you through. Mama, now I'm here for you. For all the times I made you cry, the days I told you lies. Now it's time for you to rise. For all the things you sacrificed. Oh, if I could turn back time, rewind. If I could make it undone, I swear that I would. I would make it up to you. Mama, I'm grown up now. It's a brand new day. I'd like to put a smile on your face every day. Mama, I'm grown up now, and it's not too late. I'd like to put a smile on your face every day. Now I finally understand your famous line about a day I'd face in time. 'Cause now I've got a child of mine, and even though I was so bad, I've learned so much from you. Now I'm trying to do it too. Love my kid the way you do. Oh, if I could turn back time, rewind. If I could make it undone, I swear that I would. I would make it up to you. Oh, if I could turn back time, rewind. If I could make it undone, I swear that I would. I would make it up to you. Mama, I'm grown up now. It's a brand new day. I'd like to put a smile on your face every day. Mama, I'm grown up now, and it's not too late. I'd like to put a smile on your face every day. You know you are the number one for me. You know you are the number one for me. You know you are the number one for me. Oh, oh, number one for me. You know you are the number one for me. You know you are the number one for me. You know you are the number one for me. Oh, oh, number one for me. There's no one in this world that can take your place. Oh, I'm sorry for ever taking you for granted. Ooh, I will use every chance I get to make you smile. Whenever I'm around you, now I will try to love you like you love me. Only God knows how much you mean to me. Oh, if I could turn back time, rewind. If I could make it undone, I swear that I would. I would make it up to you. Mama, I'm grown up now. It's a brand new day. I'd like to put a smile on your face every day. Mama, I'm grown up now, and it's not too late. I'd like to put a smile on your face every day. Mama, I'm grown up now. It's a brand new day. I'd like to put a smile on your face every day. Mama, I'm grown up now, and it's not too late. I'd like to put a smile on your face every day. The number one for me. The number one for me. The number one for me. Oh, oh, number one for me. Praise Allah for sending me you, my love. You found your home, it's here with me, and I'm here with you. Now let me let you know, you've opened my heart. I was always thinking that love was wrong, but everything was changed when you came along. Oh, and there's a couple of words I wanna say. For the rest of my life, I'll be with you. I'll stay by your side, honest and true, to the end of my time. I'll be loving you think of you, and I ask Allah to bless all we do. You're my wife and my friend and my strength, and I pray we're together in Jannah. Oh, now I found myself, I feel so strong. Yes, everything was changed when you came along. Oh, and there's a couple of words I wanna say. For the rest of my life, I'll be with you. I'll stay by your side, honest and true to the end of my time. I'll be loving you for the rest of my life. Through days and nights, I'll thank Allah for opening my eyes. Now and forever, I'll be there for you. I know it deep in my heart, and now that you're here in front of me, I strongly feel love. And I have no doubt, and I sing it loud, that I will love you eternally. For the rest of my life, I'll be with you. I'll stay by your side, honest and true to the end of my time. I'll be loving you for the rest of my life. Through days and nights, I'll thank Allah for opening my eyes. Now and forever, I'll be there for you. I know it deep in my heart.
Sometimes I cry, sometimes I laugh, sometimes I'm in between. Sometimes I wonder why so many rich men neglect their din. Most times you see them competing, everyone wants to win. Yeah, the orphans they maltreat every day, committing greater sins. Don't you know that your wealth was given to you by Allah? So take this life easy. Don't be greedy. Give to the poor and the poor. Take this life easy. Don't be greedy. Give to the poor and the poor. Whenever you talk, you always bluff. You think you have it all. You think you are the richest man in the world. Every day and night you busy right the shopping in the mall. The offers you a person by, you don't care at all. Don't you know that your will was given to you by Allah? So take this life easy. Don't be greedy. Give to the poor and the poor. Take this life easy. Don't be greedy. Give to the poor and the poor. So take this life easy, for this life is vanity. And no matter how long it takes, to Allah is your final stay. So invest in charity, and don't tell me that you are busy. Don't you know that your wealth was given to you by Allah? take this life easy. Don't be greedy. Give to the poor and the needy. Take this life easy. Don't be greedy. Give to the poor and the needy. So take this life easy. Don't be greedy. Give to the poor and the needy. Take this life easy. Don't be greedy. Give to the poor and the needy.
نعم نحب وحدة
تجمعنا على العمل
قلوبنا مفعمة
برحمة وبالأمل
نخرج نمضي قدما
كالسيف في يد البطل
شعارنا هي عمل
عزيز احترق صبوا عليه جدر مرق بيت عزيز احترق
بيت عزيز احترق
بيت عزيز احترق صبوا عليه جدر مرق بيت عزيز احترق
الله يا أغلى الأمم يا من سموتم بالقيم سيروا بجد وهمم
سيروا بجد وهمم
قيمتنا أخلاقنا والدين كله شيم كفاه نورا في الظلم
كفاه نورا في الظلم نحن بني الإسلام نمتاز بصدق وهمم
لأننا خير الأمم
قرآننا يجمعنا يدعو الأخص والأعم إلى التحلي بالقيم
إلى التحلي بالقيم أطفالنا هيا اسجدوا لواحد فرد علم لله واهب النعم
طاح المطر بيد الله كسر هوية الله طاح المطر بيد الله
طاح المطر بيد الله
طاح المطر بيد الله كسر هوية الله طاح المطر بيد الله
الكون يا أحبتي صنع يد الرحمن ممهد الأركان موسومة في وجهه مسيرة الإنسان على مدى الأزمان
فالخير فيه أول والشر فيه الثاني
والعبد فيه الجاني ينبض بالإيمان هيا إذن أحبتي نملأ دنيا بالعمل نحب كل الناس لا ندعو إلى تسامح فكلنا لله
مهما كبرت أعود بين يديك طفلا صغيرا ما كبرت لديك أنت أماني راحتي وسعادتي قلبي لنيل رضاك عاد إليك مهما كبرت أعود بين يديك طفلا صغيرا ما كبرت لديك أنت أماني راحتي وسعادتي قلبي لنيل رضاك عاد إليك أمي حبيبتي أمي رضاك يا أمي دنيتي وجناني يا أمي حبيبتي أمي رضاك يا أمي دنيتي وجناني يا أمي يا من حملتيني وظنك أني أسعى لبرك ما حييت سنيني والله لن أوفي حنانك لحظة حتى وإن أهديك مقلة عيني يا من حملتيني وظنك أني أسعى لبرك ما حييت سنيني والله لن أوفي حنانك لحظة حتى وإن أهديك مقلة عيني أمي حبيبتي أمي رضاك يا أمي دنيتي وجناني يا أمي حبيبتي أمي رضاك يا أمي دنيتي وجناني يا أمي
مين فيكم بحب الرسول صلى الله عليه وسلم؟
To make people happy is one of the traditional practices performed.
جاهزين؟ يلا مع بعض.
أنت نور الله فجرا
جئت بعد العسر يسرا ربنا علاك قدرا يا إمام الأنبياء.
No. You need to follow me. You need to follow me, okay? مرة يلا.
أنت في الوجدان حي،
أنت للعينين ضي، أنت عند الحاضرين، أنت هاد وصفي.
يا حبيبي يا محمد يا نبي سلام عليك،
يا رسول سلام عليك،
يا حبيب سلام عليك، صلوات عليك،
يا نبي سلام عليك، يا رسول سلام عليك، يا حبيب سلام عليك،
صلوات الله عليك.
To my fans, all the best. You are the best. Thank you for your support as always.
وكل محتاج أنت لك الغنى، ومثلي من يخطئ ومثلك من يعفو، أنت الذي أبدى الوداد تكرما، ومثلك من يرعى ومثلي من يجفو. لا إله إلا الله، لا إله إلا الله، لا 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 إله إلا الله، لا إله إلا الله، لا 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 إله إلا الله. وما طاب عيش لم تكن فيه واصلا، ولم يصفلا والله، ولم يصفلا والله، أن له يصفو. أتيت إليك فاقبلني يا الله، يا رحمن فاقبلني يا الله. إنني بحماك فاحكني برضاك، داوني بدواك لا أريد سواك. قد أتيت إليك فالأمان لديك والعناد عليك، إنني بحماك الله يا الله. لا
The line. I'm about to make another mistake, and even though I try to stay away, everything around me keeps dragging me in. I can't help thinking to myself, what if my time would end today, today, today? Can I guarantee that I will get another chance before it's too late, too late, too late? Forgive me, my heart is so full of regret. Forgive me, now is the right time for me to repent, repent, repent. Am I out of my mind? What did I do? Oh, I feel so bad, and every time I try to start all over again, my shame comes back to haunt me. I'm trying hard to walk away, but temptation is surrounding me, surrounding me. I wish that I could find the strength to change my life before it's too late, too late, too late. Forgive me, my heart is so full of regret. Forgive me, now is the right time for me to repent, repent, repent. I know, you're the most forgiving, and that you promise to always be there when I call upon you. So now I'm standing here, ashamed of all the mistakes I've committed. Please don't turn me away, and hear my prayer when I ask you to forgive me. My heart is so full of regret. Forgive me, now is the right time for me to repent, repent. Forgive me, my heart is so full of regret. Forgive me, now is the right time for me to repent, repent. Forgive me, my heart is so full of regret. Forgive me, now is the right time for me to repent, repent, repent.
Assalamu alaikum everyone, this is your brother Maher Zain. For my latest news and updates, join me on Facebook, follow me on Twitter. Salam.
Though I try to stay away, everything around me keeps dragging me in. I can't help thinking to myself, what if my time would end today, today, today? Can I guarantee that I will and all the pain I put you through. Mama, now I'm here for you. For all the times I made you cry, the days I told you lies. Now it's time for you to rise. For all the things you sacrificed. Oh, if I could turn back time, rewind. If I could make it undone, I swear that I would make it up to you. Mama, I'm grown up now. It's a brand new day. I'd like to put a smile on your face every day. Mama, I'm grown up now, and it's not too late. I'd like to put a smile on your face every day. Now I finally understand your famous line about a day I'd face in time. 'Cause now I got a child of mine, and even though I was so bad, I've learned so much from you. Now I'm trying to do it too. Love my kid the way you do. Oh, if I could turn back time, rewind. If I could make it undone, I swear that I would make it up to you. Oh, if I could turn back time, rewind. If I could make it undone, I swear that I would make it up to you. Mama, I'm grown up now. It's a brand new day. I'd like to put a smile on your face every day. Mama, I'm grown up now, and it's not too late. I'd like to put a smile on your face every day. You know you are the number one for me. You know you are the number one for me. You know you are the number one for me. Oh, oh, number one for me. You know you are the number one for me. You know you are the number one for me. You know you are the number one for me. Oh, oh, number one for me. There's no one in this world that can take your place. Oh, I'm sorry for ever taking you for granted. Ooh, I will use every chance I get to make you smile whenever I'm around you. Now I will try to love you like you love me. Only God knows how much you mean to me. Oh, if I could turn back time, rewind. If I could make it undone, I swear that I would make it up to you. Mama, I'm grown up now. It's a brand new day. I'd like to put a smile on your face every day. Mama, I'm grown up now, and it's not too late. I'd like to put a smile on your face every day. Mama, I'm grown up now. It's a brand new day. I'd like to put a smile on your face every day. Mama, I'm grown up now, and it's not too late. I'd like to put a smile on your face every day. The number one for me. The number one for me. The number one for me. Oh, oh, number one for me.
Assalamu alaikum everyone, this is your brother Maher Zain. For my latest news and updates, join me on Facebook, follow me on Twitter. Salam.
Praise Allah for sending me you, my love. You found your home, it's here with me, and I'm here with you. Now let me let you know, you've opened my heart. I was always thinking that love was wrong, but everything was changed when you came along. Oh, and there's a couple of words I wanna say. For the rest of my life, I'll be with you. I'll stay by your side, honest and true, to the end of my time. I'll be loving you for the rest of my life. Through days and nights, I'll thank Allah for opening my eyes. Now and forever, in my heart, I feel so blessed when I think of you, and I ask Allah to bless all we do. You're my wife and my friend and my strength, and I pray we're together in Jannah. Oh, now I found myself, I feel so strong. Yes, everything was changed when you came along. There's a couple of words I wanna say. For the rest of my life, I'll be with you. I'll stay by your side, honest and true, to the end of my time. I'll be loving you for the rest of my life. Through days and nights, I'll thank Allah for opening my eyes. Now and forever, I'll be there for you. I know it deep in my heart, and now that you're here in front of me, I strongly feel love. And I have no doubt, and I sing it loud, that I will love you eternally. Rest of my life, I'll be with you. I'll stay by your side, honest and true, to the end of my time. I'll be loving you for the rest of my life. Through days and nights, I'll thank Allah for opening my eyes. Now and forever, for you.
Siawa Slbc TV Humbati Siaba Nyamia Ibrahim Kumagawa Bengama Kepengu to Kumabenga Beta Yusia Hundangiawe Kutuma Naha very Mufumalama Ta Ajisa Pabusia now with me to Gwerdu to talk to an CTV Kama Humbateta Vila Miadubu Yetegu Kebevi Ministina now with Anna Babai in this Yaba Oguana Humbate Yata Dalukmana with awarding Humbate Figo this Yaba, Funin this Yaba, now with Jika Agube, Anu Bogo, Mount Miadu Jala University, Young Batina Siaba, Ben Angujo Kobe. Giana with his Pabusia at Tea, Dwelling, Tutotona, Humbate Yala, Locomana with CTV, Kama, Humbatisia, Nyadu Bo, Yeta Wino. So, yes, CTV Kama, Humbatita, always have to go to Dalukuma. Now we then see a way, the Goma Handagari to go to Dalukuma, Opoma, Duedima. So, ye, Humbatigi, to talk to that. Now we hear yes, CTV Kama, Humbatita to pay Miado Bo, ye city, to pay on Amiado, Bo, ye Gometi Highway, Wainabu. Now it's a call with a way to go, Tanaga, Kini, Lalukuma, technology by Bisiama. Go with the Yega, the Jashi, be Ogo Lalukuma, with a bebe, Hedena Shia, a way, Kafuka Fundagale. Go away this year, where to go to Dalukuma, ala Kingili, now in Gate Ato. So AIG, Selu, Gulonata, Obu, Gitia, Yaku, Ye, Yang Batija, Vietnam, Lukuma, Kukuale, go away to go to Naga, Kini, now we hear, and then I see at Yeke and the church, be a go away, baby. Now we open my Duejima. So AIG, Fire, Selu, I am a law, and Nadia, Yahu Batijima. Yes, you have to talk to a pillar. You cook a lot to form my life this year, now we can go with a bit. Yes, CTV come out, but it is here to go to Dalukuma or go up my Duedima. So you call one Muji. Now we Humbate ya campaign for human rights development international Humbate Siaba. To Tutona a cargo Tabula idea now we in Chapa Busia, Kelevi Police Wife Association. Now we tell you about it at the Pilomelo, Kinton, Video Salon Table. So you about it this year in Malabroma, go away to go to Naga Kini Lamana with me, give the Henry Nasia, I will call away, ye Digoma Handisia, Nuga to Lord Nisia, Siapo Wote Afe. So Siana Yehum Bateji in Malabroma. Muna now we Gumui Agi, Executive Director, now we and a young Batina Siaba, Abdul Fatoma, Gulonata, Ago, Gitia, Yaku, ye human rights from Batita B, go away to go to Dalpumana way, Hedena Sia Abe, and Ugana, we Malimahanda Gali, go away this year, to go to Dalpumana way, Opoma, Duedima. Ye told ye yen days yes here, ye Kugo law to Dalpuma, now we him got to law in Sia Viva, now we had in a share a year, now we put a go a key, go ye days yes here, where to put a goya to Dalpuma, Opoma, Duedima. So ye who got to this year in Malagroma, Nuna now we he, Inspector General now we and a director and a ye who got in a Siaba, Mustafa Kamara, a Gulonata, a go, Gitia, you could call me ye who got ye cargo me to be to Damahima, ye Puguale, ye now to go to Dalmaya, go up on my Duelima, now we give a hand in a share a be Malima in a share ala, Mugesiama, go away and this year, where to put a boya to Dalma, or up on my Duelima. So you call one Muji, go away to look at Baba in this year, now we committee Nyakina again more free salon, but this year be a good old command Duelum. Ministry na wita na baba yi hindi ya tukua to humbate ya tatupua getia na wetu tuma puya rice valley change support for we yi humbate jisi ya tugu tidalukuma na yawe funi jisi ya ati figo hindi ya ba tugulo na ati award humbate na ya tidalukuma ugo be anu bogo maumpu na wetu na funi jisi ya Yala University humbate ya ba to yi humbate na sia Imalagroma. Now we ministry na Baba in this year. A Gulonata, a go, Gitia, ye project Jesus, ye be to Tamalukma, or it's a bit to go to Lukohi, Baba in this year. Now we tell you, man, the church, ye be a Bukola Lupa, Duejum. So ye who got this year in Malagoma, Numuna now we Deputy Vice Chancellor, now with the Yala University, who got this year, Professor Ali Ba, a Gulonata, a go, Gitia, you ko lui project dima ye project ta ye telephone ni sia te ya ne poma ko wita bitu no ko yitubo na wita baba ye de ya bi ko ola lo kuma duejo to ye humba te ye sia imala go muna na we mu agie na we na me de sia ba Dr. Henry Musa Paka ogulo na ne ya ye humba te dima ko lui humba te jitu da malokuma ye ma ho golo ye sia be handa ga kini potugo akini kege na wita bi fi shalom bi project dina ye ke tubu yi golo ko we tubu ti dalo kuma o ma ye ble ma na we me de sia bi ogo ola ma bi para duejo ko de se gi ha be go fu la ma obo ma Slbc TV ho batega ke na se na me ogo ma ne bu bwa ke ma na ha beta ye bu musiale ta aji sa pa bu sia na wita tu duejo tutotwa na ACTV kama mbatatala la lokuma nyandu go city kebe bi munition na wita na mehe de chiapa ogwa na mbatega kini la lokuma na ufuni dikia edika agube anugo ko mampu na we fi go de chiapa ko we ala lokuma jala university mbatesio bodi se di me ha bere go we lo ma ogwa ma Slbc TV mbatesia ga ya molo wati yake ma
Economy of Pastor Mona family, you know them selling simply SLBC television, even Isa Mahmoud Botsner concern. Don't know Anjuma. Amufi, Mufabanani, Kabakomi, Brimale, Kakrin Katrin, Kapatsin Sabat. Afman in Wigan, it's a Pakera, it's kind of system of Takera. Meanwhile, I sell policy, Ampoko, boats, Matemo Ame basi tau chache ba kone kan papa putat langi CCTV camera ikaru gurupits owa ara government bulan wa ka ba fe ni ka kara dengi pimoni aputa kamari mona fo pat makawa ik ba to fats kai out matila second court ani do inshallah pimoto takera chache kamayira kama solution matro bi wa kera Aselon police ante mapat mai kambots e machine mo marane tikutori afbalisi kago paputa tilai CCTV cameras aboti deri gopi go makromo imasugusero tayi mapanta aboti go mata kila mai katapits banai ka to fasu kera tpi katapits ka robo ka agba peneni antam neni o inspector general kan police William Fire Seloni ko tra ka pani o i ma ko binki mate mo kromo yi ete mateni kan kan fumi ambali mana ko tonk nani yi atele to ma urki ka bo te machine yengi karo mo repeti atepki ka do mo government hospital ni ba pgenani anye a police ma yo it ko do pesane matari mi to kaki mweni wangi atsanti na pai at tpilong yi kama panta mi ka buche machine ka no ka propet o atsanti na pai e machine at back soko yi be ka tpit banat banai ka atofasu IGP Selonye kakatel makoni ko pa o mat ka skai tfisosi mai ma police kuri ateno ko mai tskana matongi kama tai ame mayo kaki moni oko ne kono basi afosaye o yo ko mtemo pati abi o lafti o sinka mai ma am police kana matoni kama na obele kama tai mafino ni kadaro oba IGP Fire Salonge o yen tam ne ngi takako muts e machine ba CCTV camera ka e pop be ka tepit mana tsana ka antofasu ani ka kamara police e lo pi machine me wa kama fo mbali manya ka police ta gbeti ka tsoro ma urki ane ki tibam tara government matela campaign for human rights development international pimo ai mu panti maktakis panti mu karan ame malo tsala tsai mamari mana urki ta am police kere ba bane menyi karanga de pima mai kai a police wife association a hol na mi ro ki to mi kano campaign kama pani me atam sone kapani au dat ko bal ka fit ma pat ma mi mai ai ko nan wa to malum sene ma mari ma da wi peti skena mo bene kanga polisi ka aloko ma mo pat mo ngani o ni bana o we ka anike pablo fatona ye o kono ikironi o for fisla tai ma mari ma da wi peti ko tonkati aye mai a polisi ma mai o kama chitasa tim kra fosa tasa kama pantama wa kaka bota fumi of nane do put ma pa detention ni pito lokoboli aye mai ma tsani